Alright guys, what's going on? I'm Eric, you guys know who I am. My wife Tiffany, she's out doing stuff. I'm making this video because the other day I got asked a question about did I get started on eBay and if it's profitable. So I decided to make a list of 5 tips to get you started on eBay. So we're going to jump right into that. And we're going to start with how to source as number 1. How to source, it's pretty simple, self-explanatory. If you have ever been to a thrift store, you know that they sell stuff at a lower price. So we go to thrift stores and Goodwills and we buy the stuff there and we mark it up. We sell different stuff, you know, mostly clothes. We try to stick with vintage clothing if you can. But vintage clothing is getting real scarce. But like name brand clothing, and you could always, go to eBay and Google it or whatever, and just type in, hey, polo shirt, whatever, and see what it's going for. We try to make about $25 to $15 bare minimum per shirt. But I mean, if you could get the shirt for like $2-3 and you can make a $12 profit, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. So we're going to move on to, is it going to sell? Yes, it's going to sell. This is one of the things I struggle with. It's more because I get comfortable. But is it going to sell? Absolutely. As long as you're listing stuff and you're consistent. If you're doing part-time, you want to list bare minimum, like probably 5 things like every 3 days. And if you're going full-time, I would recommend Monday through Friday, bare minimum, 5 items a day. And by doing so, I think that with the way the algorithm works, eBay will keep your stuff in the search when people are listing for it. Like I could go a whole week without selling anything, and that's basically because the prior week I didn't list anything at all. So with that said, you want to stay consistent and you want to list, like I said, bare minimum is going to be 5 things. I wouldn't list, 1 thing and expect a miracle. So how often do I list? I guess I just got into that. I personally list about 4 times a week. What I do is I'll list 4 times a week about 5 items. Maybe, well, no, I would say probably anywhere between 7 to 12 items depending on what I'm listing. If I'm going through shoes, it's probably about 5 items. But if I'm going through clothes, like just t-shirts, you can list probably 10 shirts in like maybe 3 minutes. They're not hard to list. But again, if you're part-time, you only got to do it like 3 times a week. And the days that you're not doing, maybe you're on a Sunday and you're waiting for kickoff to start, or you're waiting for your Sunday matinee and you got a couple minutes, you can go to your store through your eBay app on your phone and just take down an old listing and then just relist it. And by doing so, the eBay looks at that as you listing an item. And let's see here. Number 4 is how to ship it. I recommend getting a mail scale. You can take it to the post office, but personally I feel like you're going to lose money that way. If you're doing free shipping, I would definitely recommend getting a mail scale. They're like $10-15, and if you're going to do this, part-time or full-time and you're serious about it, excuse me, I would definitely invest in a mail scale. Because by doing so, if you have a mail scale and a printer, you can print out your own labels. Or get a label maker. I mean, those are cool too. I don't have one. I use a printer. Alright, moving on to number 5. Is there profit? Yes. Yes, there is profit. As long as you're consistent. You're not going to make no profit. If you just list, if you go out and buy 2 shirts and maybe some vintage M&M guys, and you list those on a Monday, don't sit around and wait for them to sell, because you might only sell that 1 shirt and then now you're sitting on this other stuff. You have to be consistent. You have to, when I say that, you have to keep listing. So I mean, out of all the 5 things that I listed, what's the key thing I've been saying? Stay consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to list. You know, if you're part-time, do it 3 times a week. If you're full-time, try to do it 4 or 5 times a week. Bare minimum 5 items. It's not a hard thing to do if you're serious about it. It's a great side hustle. I've been successful at it. There's thousands of other groups out there. There's all kinds of eBay groups on there. There's pretty much, you know, all kinds of different YouTube people. I'm not going to mention any names because the shout outs don't get me anywhere. However, if you guys have any questions, ask below. This was just a short, simple. I'll probably be making a series of these videos just because I've learned enough knowledge to, you know, to start making these kind of videos. So, like, comment, subscribe below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it's a thrifting video. Alright guys,